E. Martin in the house. I'm with my 3 of my 4 crazy daughters. There's Shy. Say hey, what's up, Shy? All right, Jasmine. What up, baby girl? And Z Low in his house. All right, so I'm turning it, and this is their dad. I don't know how this is gonna work out, but anyway, we are at the Cheesecake Factory, putting it in, and I don't get to hang out with these sisters too often because they all grown now, and they don't like hanging out with me like they did when they was little.
That is not the
So
that is not the reason.
That's not the reason.
Do not be lying to the internet like that.
Y'all ain't grown.
Well, we
Not
are
true.
grown, but not too
Y'all-
grown for you.
Not too grown for your dad. All right, well, that makes me feel better. All right, we gonna put it away though, ladies? We gonna put it in? All right. I love you all, and I just wanted to holler at you. Peace. Good morning, Millennials and Gen Z. What's good? What's good? Uncle E in the house. Welcome to Share My Wisdom podcast with Uncle E. All Millennials and Gen Z, you're welcome. I'm also reaching out to Gen Alpha, although I cannot contact them directly because they're all under 18. But I'm sharing my wisdom with them as well. All right. Welcome back to another live stream. It is a beautiful day. It's going to be good. So talk to me. Holla at me, Millennials and Gen Z. Subscribe, like, share. Also, feel free to leave your comments. What's good? How we doing this day? How we doing this blessed day? Okay. So check it out. Millennials and Gen Z, this is another live stream. And what we're going to be discussing today is social media engineering. The effects of social media engineering, right? And I have 4 adult daughters, 36, 30, 27, and 24. And I was able, raising them, social media platforms didn't become big until like right around 2010. So my daughters, my 2 millennials, I have 2 millennials daughters, and I have 2 Gen Z daughters. And they didn't catch the brunt of the social media experiment in social media engineering because I kept them away from it. I kept them off of social media. They didn't have access to social media when they were at the house being brought up. And their mother and I, we just made sure that our daughters were focused and didn't get caught up in a bunch of foolishness and nonsense. So we were able to keep our daughters' minds away from social media. We're not stupid to not believe when they didn't go to school, they didn't have access because all schools have computers. And, kids, if you have a computer at school, they're going to get access to the internet. That's just how it works. So I want to talk about social media engineering. I've put together a good video. Let me see how long this video is. It's about 18 and a half minutes long. And when I do my live streams, when I present the videos and share them with you Millennials and Gen Z, I'm sharing with you from TikTok. And I love TikTok. I'm down with all social media. Social media is either going to be good, it's going to be bad, or it's going to be in between. It just depends on how you use it. What I appreciate about TikTok, you young people have no problem going there and sharing your lives. So for me, being older and wiser, I'm 59 years of age, and I'm the coolest uncle on the internet. If you didn't know, now you know. I am the coolest brother on the internet as your uncle. That's right, Uncle E. Anyway, TikTok for me is a wealth of education. It's a library of education because you share your lives. So what I've decided to do, since I'm sharing my wisdom, is to go ahead and make sure that I put together some good information and share it with you. From my perspective, I've lived a good life. I've lived a blessed life. I've raised 4 adult daughters. They're amazing women. They're great women. So I believe I've lived a great life, a decent life. I've lived a consistent life. So I'm at a totally different transition. All my daughters are grown, living out of the house, living their professional lives. God bless them. They're amazing women. So this is just my way of giving back. And, I want to see all millennials and Gen Z do amazing things in their lives. And I just believe, some of the elders, we need to step up and explain to you why and why things happen and how they go down. So that's what I'm here for, sharing my wisdom podcast with Uncle E. There's no gimmicks here, right? So this is what I'm about. This is what I've decided to do. And I welcome you all. I want to go to my my YouTube channel, and I'm going to share my ebooks. I have written 23 ebooks. So I want to take you over to the website where they're being sold, and I want you to check them out for yourself. Okay, so this is my my YouTube channel, Sharing My Wisdom Podcast with Uncle E. And if you go to it and you click here on more, you see about my about me. It's in the description. And then underneath that, I have links. And if you go down to Share My Wisdom Podcast ebooks, click on it. Make sure I'm there. Okay, I'm there. That will take you over to the website where I'm selling my ebooks. I have 23 ebooks that I'm selling, and here they are. Okay, they go hand in hand with Sharing My Wisdom Podcast with Uncle E. Excuse me. I sell my ebooks for $7 a piece. Okay, these are my ebooks. And I don't know why this is here. Subscribe. I don't have a newsletter, so I won't be doing a newsletter at all. So I'm not sure what that's about. I'll have to check that out. But these are my ebooks. They're $7 a piece. I have one ebook. It's called Daddy's Girls. It's a father's how-to in building lifelong relationships with our baby girls. That's an actual, I self-published that book in 2020, and I sell that book on Amazon.com if you're interested as well. It's a paperback copy, but I decided to sell it as an ebook as well because a lot of people like ebooks. So you could get a paperback copy, or you could purchase the ebook directly from me. So your choice. But I just want to show you, let me pick an ebook here that I can share with. I can show you the cover. This particular ebook here, You Must Always Grind. My labor will be rewarded. Uncle E, Sharing My Wisdom Podcast. Okay. So like I said, there is 23 ebooks, $7 a piece, or you could purchase all 22 for $100. Your choice. Okay. I think it would be good for you. As part of the discussions that we're going to be having, to be able to read my ebooks. And in January, I'm going to have a totally different format than what I'm doing now. I'm going to actually be interacting directly with millennials and Gen Z. So for the next couple months, the rest of November, December of 2024, I'll be sharing videos with you on different topics. And then I want to go direct in 2025. So that's how I'm building my platform. It's 100% organic. And I feel great about it, millennials and Gen Z. Okay. So I just want to share my wisdom with you. I believe I've got some great wisdom. Let me give you a little bit of background about myself. I worked in the criminal justice system for 20 years, and I worked in K-12 education for 10 years. So I have 30 years under my belt working directly with families and children from all socioeconomic backgrounds and their children. I was a state juvenile probation officer, and I've been a certified paralegal since 1984. I was a paralegal in the United States Marine Corps, 1984 to 1988. When I worked in K-12 education, I was a teacher, dean of students, and restorative justice coordinator. So I know a little something, and I'm here to share it with you, okay? So I want to get into this video. It's about, like I said, it's almost 20 minutes long. and then I'll come back and I'll share my wisdom on that. Okay. All right, Millennials and Gen Z, let me get it set up for you. Okay, Millennials and Gen Z, here we go.
Today's day 17 of the Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and I decided to hop on the wave and start making videos. So my topic is social media makes social engineering a lot easier. Why does it make it easier? Because people tend to overshare details about their personal lives a lot on social media, whether it's knowingly or unknowingly. For example, somebody would come on here or on Twitter and say, hey, I work out at Central Park every Thursday and I go to Starbucks afterwards. Or other information like location, where they're at, where they're going, where they want to go, what they want to buy, what they bought. And attackers can really personalize phishing emails to target you based on the information that they find online. And it just doesn't stop at phishing emails. The more personal information that they have to leverage getting more information, they'll do it. They can get more information from the little that they have and then use that information to get whatever that they want out of you, whether you know it or you don't know it. This is all to say, be careful about what you post, when you post it, where you post it, how you post it, why you post it. Just be careful. Make sure that maybe you want to limit your tweets, who sees them, private your account. Have strong passwords, of course. But at the end of the day, be careful what you post online because there are people watching.
People are so fake on social media. People just give you this idea of who they think you want them to look like. And it's lies and it's a facade, it's filters, it's retouching, it's hurry up, clean up this space so that we can look like we've got our crap together. And I'm not like that. Like I'm a mom of 3 under 3. Life is messy. My hair fell out. I gained 50 pounds with each pregnancy. I've got stretch marks galore. My stomach is saggy. My tits are down to my belly button and I don't care. And you know what? I look like the majority of America and I need everybody else to know that that is the norm, not the other crap you're seeing on social media.
One thing that does not help at all is social media. It makes girls compare themselves, makes guys compare themselves of what kind of girls they're getting with. It's very, very toxic, and that's why back in the 70s, 80s, 90s was when all of the real love and everything was around.
I wouldn't say that. I'd say before that.
Nowadays, it's a competition.
Yeah.
It's an absolute competition, and you'll never win. Yeah. That's the thing, because there's always going to be somebody a step above you in social media. You're constantly comparing yourself. But back then, maybe girls were comparing themselves to magazines. Yeah. Guys were comparing themselves. We compare ourselves all the time to social media presence, your body. I like showing my life on the internet, but it's very, very toxic for the wrong people because it lowers your self-esteem so much.
I know I can't be the only person that thinks that those quote pages on Instagram, but they come from usually Twitter, they're ruining our society, okay? They're ruining it. And the reason why I say that is the majority of the stuff that they post on those pages is just so toxic, so detrimental. I'm talking about those pages like Justin LA Boy. He's a perfect example. Him or the N-words be broke page that's on Instagram. I know y'all have seen that before, but it's I feel like pages like that, that's why the dating scene, friendship scene, all the scenes and stuff is messed. People are going off of what other people are saying and what they see other people like, and then they're just running with it. Y'all don't know what what relationships these people be having with the people that they're friends with or their lovers or their family and stuff. These could be terrible people, and you're taking advice from them. And then it seems like I'll block one page and then another one will come up. And it's just so annoying. And I feel like everyone is following exact things that these pages say, or the things that I like to say, there's always keywords now. There's a keyword that's always floating around. The keyword that's floating now is delusional. Everyone's delusional. Everyone's talking about, I'm delusional of this, I'm delusional of that. I first saw this phenomenon was with the word toxic. Oh my God. If I hear that word in an in a sentence that it's not supposed to be in, I'm gonna scream. Everyone claims to be toxic, like, oh, I'm a little toxic, I'm this and that. You need to seek help. Seek help. There is no way that we should have people walking around in society talking about I'm toxic, and they're saying it as if it's like it's a good thing, like it's something that they should be proud of. It's a badge of honor. It's disgusting. It's also disgusting to walk around talking about you're delusional and all this stuff. It's just so stupid. It's just so annoying. There's always a trending word that's going on. Now everything for the next month or 2 months is going to be geared towards that word. Or everything that you're going to see on social media is going to be geared towards that word, because that's what's going to be pushed in the algorithm. That's what's going to get people more likes and everything. And it's stupid. This stuff is ruining our society. It really is. That's why you have people living way beyond their means. You have kids that are unaliving themselves at the age of 12 in these very, very young ages. Is because they're trying to keep up with social media and what social media is telling them what to do. I don't think people don't really understand the impact that social media has had on us as a society. Everything that is moving now basically moves off of social media. People know that if they want to make their money, they're going to have to get into content. That's where all the money is going. They're going to basically have to fall in line, basically. And something else that falls into like this same category with social media, I know I started with quotes, but it all is just dwindling into it, is like another part is like the family content. That should wrap it up, because y'all having kids, not teaching them anything. Y'all having kids just solely so you can make a YouTube channel, just solely so you can get on TikTok and you make these cute little videos, but you're not taking care of your kids in real life. Or some of y'all are not taking care of your kids in videos and getting mad at people when they call you out on that. It's annoying. It's annoying. Y'all are creating iPad kids. Y'all are creating internet kids. And y'all sitting up here wondering why these kids so bad, or wonder why, they this or that. They're a product of their environment. Y'all are literally just handing your children tablets and sending them on their way and just letting them get on the internet and see whatever at whatever age. I don't understand that. I understand completely 100% why parents do not let their kids on the internet. I understand it. Like if I had a child, my child would not have a phone until they were maybe going to school. Maybe they were old enough to handle it. And even then, if they had a phone, parental controls is going on that. Because the stuff that you see on social media is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And there's real stuff going on in the world, and the conversations that need to be had or not being had about them. Y'all still talking about 50-50. Y'all still talking about who's sitting in the front seat. Wrap it up. This is mainly towards the Black community. Wrap it up, because it's some real stuff going on right now, and it's not being talked about. And everyone's just falling in line with this social media idea, and reality is not reality anymore. It's scary, and we got to be honest with ourselves. There's a conversation that we really, really need to have. We need to start having conversations that need to be had.
Social media is designed to make us think, maybe I should be somewhere else, doing something else, with someone else. But if you always think that your happiness is somewhere else, it will never, ever be where you are. Social media bombards us with curated snapshots of others' lives, showcasing seemingly perfect moments that can just leave us yearning for more. We sometimes forget that happiness isn't a destination. It's a state of mind. It's about appreciating the here and the now. It's about finding joy in the simple pleasures. It's about embracing the beauty of the present. It's about realizing that the grass isn't always greener on the other side of the screen. In the grand tapestry of life, social media is just one thread. It can be a source of inspiration, connection, and expression, but it should never define our sense of self-worth or happiness. Ultimately, happiness is where you are, right here, right now.
The human brain was not designed for social media at all. You're not supposed to wake up in the morning, pick up your phone, and see a video of a guy getting his head chopped off, a post about World War III being around the corner, and then a picture of your ex in their new relationship. 10 minutes into your day and you're convinced the world is ending, your anxiety's through the roof, you feel lonely, and you haven't even gone outside yet. And then you do go outside and the sun is shining, people are smiling and laughing, the birds are chirping, absolutely nothing is wrong. So you started your day by scrolling Instagram for 5 minutes before you got out of bed, and now you feel horrible because the human mind is not meant to comprehend all these things at once, especially when there are things like World War III is happening, this guy just died, this bombing just happened. We're not supposed to get all this information in such a short amount of time. This is why we need to bring back third places in our society. In our parents' age, after work, people would go places and socialize, have a drink, grab dinner with friends, go golfing, go to the pool club, literally do anything with other human beings face to face. Now people come home from work, plant their butt on the couch, get in bed, and scroll TikTok, scroll Instagram for hours on end, and fry their brains, give themselves self-induced anxiety and depression, and it's no wonder why everyone's miserable nowadays. Get an in-person group of friends, go hang out in real life, put social media down. I'm addicted too. We're all addicted to this shit, and it's horrible for you. Horrible.
I talked to somebody who their job was social engineering. I had never heard this term prior to 2017.
And what is that thing?
Are you familiar with this term?
Yeah.
Okay, so for people who aren't familiar, in case they're in the audience, essentially the human mind is pliable, right? Especially groups of people. You tend to want to agree with a crowd. You want to agree with the majority. Social engineering is simply helping you to do that. So social engineering can be very benign. It can be the way a street sign is placed, or the way you funnel traffic to make sure that people don't walk into the street and get themselves killed. And it can be as nefarious as hiring crowds to protest or to cheer for certain things, or to put crowds in place on certain TV shows to champion certain things.
What's social media doing to our brain?
There's a book I love called Thrilled to Death. It's continually pressing on your nucleus accumbens that produces dopamine, continually pressing on the pleasure centers in your brain. But the problem with that is the more you press on them, they begin to become numb. And you need more and more excitement, more and more stimulation in order to feel anything at all.
These people on this app that's giving y'all relationship advice or passing on their trauma and their bad spirits to y'all, you need to watch who you getting advice from. I'll use myself for an example. The content that I used to post, I was so cold, and all I did was pass that on to other people. All I did was pass it on to other people and have y'all adapt to the way of this world. You get what I'm saying? But what you do is you heal within, find happiness within, get right with God, and walk that narrow path and align yourself with what's for you. You get what I'm saying? Because it's easy to get your heart broken and then turn into this manipulative person. You see it all the time with men and women, passing on advice to y'all. Or if they call you, don't answer. One day be hot, one day be cold. That's manipulation. That is witchcraft. These are demons. I'm telling y'all. These people got whole demons hosting them, and they don't even realize it. And all they doing is passing it on to y'all. When you find that self-love, when you look within, you learn how to be your authentic self. It is a facade that they feeding y'all. And the worst part of it is they believe it's real. They believe it's really them. It's a facade. That's not you. If you can't be your full authentic self and align yourself with God and the universe, bro, you faking it. You faking it. And they selling y'all a dream. They selling y'all a dream. Their soul is gone, and now they got you entertaining them, and now you feel soulless. Now you feel unfulfilled. Woman after woman, man after man, and wonder why you still feel empty, because you putting your energy into soulless people that's passing on their demons and their traumas to y'all. How often do these people tell you to get right with God? And not only are they telling you to get right with God, are they walking with God? I'm telling y'all, they mention everything, mind and body. all these worldly things. Do this, do that. And there's nothing wrong with it. You get what I'm saying? To a certain extent, but you can't make that, you can't be of that, is what I'm saying. You got to get right in the spirit, bro. And the more I wake up, the more I see, I'll be like, bro, I don't even say nothing. I just sit back and I just peep. I'll be like, bro, they messing these people up. And I was one of them people. Robbing y'all our soul, because I was soulless, but I felt that was the right. I felt like I had good intentions. It's crazy. It's crazy how deep it gets, because these people actually feel like they're doing y'all a good service, not knowing they robbing y'all, bro. That's why I say you got to test people's spirits, bro. If somebody's telling you to be hot and cold one day, or they telling you to all these manipulation tricks, they telling you all these manipulation tricks, ask yourself, what kind of spirit is behind that person? Nobody ever asks those questions. Ask yourself the next time somebody get a phone, camera, and they telling you all this manipulative advice, ask yourself, what spirit is behind that person? And I guarantee you, you'll start to wake up more and more. Test people's spirits. Whenever people talking to you, ask yourself, what spirit is behind that? You know what I'm saying? What drove this person to say that? Why is this person saying that? You get what I'm saying? You'll hear men saying, just ain't shit. You'll hear women saying, whole time they just bitter and ain't did the healing. Because like I say, once you find that self-love and you're able to awake from this matrix and learn how to love yourself, you start to see the good in everybody, as well with the bad. But you don't walk around with this bitter spirit. You don't walk around with it because you've done healing. You've already grown from it. So don't adapt to this world and use it to hurt. You know what I'm saying? Use it to hurt other people. You find God, you love yourself, and align yourself with what God got in store for you. And see yourself in other people. But people don't want to do it. People would just much rather just manipulate. Just take, and pass it on to other people. Pass it on to the other blind people. And not take accountability. They like to see y'all get riled up in the comments, arguing with each other. They feed off y'all division. They feed off of it. Y'all arguing, spewing hate amongst each other, and they just looking from above. Comments, likes. It's driving more traction. You get what I'm saying? They're not about togetherness. These are selfish people. We got to wake up. We got to wake up.
Not everyone's going to agree with this. But if you are not using your social media platform to make money, to up your brand, to market, why do you have it? It's a waste of time. I deleted Snapchat maybe a month ago because it's like you're not making money off of it. I'm not building my brand off of it. All I can do is watch people lip sync in the food they're eating or where they're at what time. And that right there is not making me no money. So I deleted it. And y'all, I've been so in my zone. I've been so much more focused because you sit and you waste time, and time is money. It's like we have all these platforms, and then we got the people who complain that they don't got time to get what they need to get done to reach the goals that they want to reach. But they have Snapchat, and they still send streaks. Well, to conclude that, if you have a big dream, you got to put all your time, all your energy, 140% into it. And that means you got to get rid of the mindless scrolling and all the distractions. Only if you really want it. You can take my advice to leave it, but I love y'all.
Okay, Millennials and Gen Z. I really enjoy the research that I get to do because you young people are so amazing and just what you share. I love your perspectives, all the different perspectives, right? And it's just very, for me, being older and an elder, I just appreciate the fact that there's, you're so willing to put yourselves out there. So I commend that. And God bless you for doing it. You're a lot braver than I am. I just believe there's boundaries and I will stay within boundaries. So I'll leave it at that. But as far as sharing my wisdom with you, I just believe that you're young adults. And like I've always explained to my daughters, at this stage in their lives, my job is to embrace them and not embarrass them. Let me repeat that. My job as their father is to embrace them and not embarrass them. Because they're adult women, they're going to make their own decisions. But I believe that I've guided them enough in their lives and have been so consistent in their lives that their decision making will always reflect their father's vision. I believe that. And my girls are good girls. They really, really are amazing women. So as far as sharing my wisdom, I don't believe in telling young people what to do, how to do it, when to do it, where to do it. My life experience has taught me that life, you have to be willing to take risks in life. Because if you're not willing to take risks in life, good things will not happen. I've always been a risk taker. And I've never had an issue. I've never put my daughters in jeopardy by taking risk. I never did nothing stupid. I never, my daughters were always first, birth to 18 years of age. They've never done without. They've always had, and they will tell you that. My daughters didn't struggle. Their mother and I, we went to work every day. So when your parents go to work every day, there's no reason for children to struggle. That's just been my life experience. And I just believe that you young people, you have access to the global world. And when we talk about social media engineering, that's what it is. The mind is one of the most powerful muscles that you have to utilize and use. The mind is a muscle. And if it's not utilized correctly, it could become your worst nightmare and a detriment to you, right? People always ask me, do you ever see yourself retiring? I don't. And let me explain why. As I've gotten older, a lot of my generation, when they retire, they don't do much. They don't have hobbies. There's a lot of things they don't do because so many Gen Xers, they're just unhealthy. Mentally, spiritually, and physically. They're just unhealthy. I've been weight training for 35 years. I'm a fitness and wellness trainer. My health has always been my wealth. My daughters have only seen their father in shape their entire lives. They've seen their father go to the gym and bang it out for 35 years. My oldest daughter's 36. So I started training before she was born. And the gym is my therapy. It always has been. It always will be. Because I know the older that I get, if you don't take care of yourself physically now, when you're in your 20s and 30s, you're going to pay when you get my age, 50s and 60s. Your body's it's going to break down. But your mind controls what the body's going to do. I'm strong mentally, right? So I've always used my muscle of my mind. The muscle of your mind is powerful. No one can think for you. No one can make you do what you don't want to do because you have your own mind. Everyone has a conscience. Everyone has a conscience. So to use the muscle of the mind is very, very important. You have to keep it stimulated. God gives everyone certain gifts. And if you don't use those gifts, he eventually takes them from you. I believe that I have the gift to build relationships. I worked with children for over 30 years. I'm great with kids. I tolerate adults because I don't like most adults, because I think most adults are full of shit. I think they lie, cheat, and steal. And most adults are always, I think most adults are opportunists. And it's what can that other human do for me? Kids are brutally honest, but kids love unconditionally. It's been my experience. So when it comes to sharing my wisdom, I just believe that the mind, the muscle of the mind, must be utilized. It must be challenged. And you have to be objective, I believe, in your life. You have to be good to people. You have to be kind to people. You have to look out for other humans that may not have a voice. That's just how life works. So that's my advice. That's my wisdom this week of sharing my wisdom podcast with Uncle E. Because I believe that it matters how you go out. It matters what your legacy is. And I believe that my legacy is going to be a great one. I've got decent girls. My adult women are amazing. They're kind, they're decent, they're loving, they have empathy, they have apathy, they have unconditional love, they have integrity, they're women of integrity. So that's how they were raised. So I want to encourage you, millennials and Gen Z, make sure you always treat people well, because people remember how you treat them. One of my goals here at Sharing My Wisdom podcast with Uncle E is when you millennials and Gen Z show up, hopefully you leave better than you came to me. That's some of the best advice I ever got. When I was a Marine, I went to Indonesia. I went to many countries in Asia, but Indonesia sticks out because when I went to Indonesia, I was there for about 3 days and I hung out with the monks. And the monks are very, very spiritual. I was raised in a Pentecostal church, been Pentecostal. That's my background. So I've been in a Pentecostal church my entire life. When I got to Indonesia, I met the monks. They brought me into their circle and they told me the simplest thing that I just shared with you. Ephraim, we want you better than how you came to us. That totally changed my life because it took my spirit to a whole different level. Because the monks living in Indonesia, they're very, very spiritual. They are. So God brings people in and out of your life for a reason and for a season. He does. So I don't take things for granted. I share what I can share, and I have no problem doing it because I'm very selfless. I always have been. Okay, millennials and Gen Z, I want to share an article with you real quick before I end this live stream. Let me pull it up because I think it'd be interesting to many of you if you decide to check it out. So this particular article, right? It's called Social Media News Consumption and Polarization, Evidence from a Field Experiment. I'm going to leave it up. Google that and check this article out. It's about 21 pages. The initial article came out in 2019. This is the updated version, I believe, as of 2021. Yes. It was the American Economics Review 2021, 11 of 21. The first article was about 115 pages. It's been condensed since then, but it's amazing. And Social Media News Consumption and Polarization, Evidence from a Field Experiment by, I want to get the name correctly. I may trash the name. Roel Levy, I believe is what it says. Roel E. Levy. Check this article out. I've read it about 5 times. It's very, very informative. I learn something different every time I read it. One of the things I've learned with a lot of millennials and Gen Z, your attention span is not good. A lot of millennial and Gen Z that have grown up on the internet, your attention span is not good. If it's not like my videos, I do long form content. Yes, I do shorts, 30 seconds to a minute. I upload them. But my main content is going to be between 30 minutes and an hour. This is what I'm sharing with you. So if you don't have the discipline to sit your ass down and experience my long form content, I'm not for you. And that's okay. I don't have a problem with that. But you're not just going to get to click on my videos and then go through them and be like, okay, and spot check. You're going to have to watch the entire video if you want to learn something. If you want me to share my wisdom, you're going to have to sit your ass down and commit. And I think one of the problems is with social media. Let me get out of this. In the social media experiment, is that you don't have attention spans. Everything is click left or swipe left, swipe right, go on to the next. Because the dopamine, a lot of people show up because they feel they need to be entertained. I'm not entertainable. I'm not here for your entertainment. I'm here to share my wisdom, not here for entertainment. So if you're here for entertainment, I may not be for you. I welcome you, but I may not be for you, and that's okay. But I'm here purely to share my wisdom with Uncle E. Okay? So I appreciate you. I didn't acknowledge my Spanish speakers when I first came on. Bienvenidos. ¿Cómo te sientes aquí hoy? Appreciate you, Spanish. Sorry about that. I've been having internet issues. So it is what it is, though, technology. But Millennials and Gen Z, I'm committed to presenting live streams once a week because I'm at a totally different stage in my life. And I want to share my wisdom with you. So if you're open to the idea of becoming better human beings, I'm your guy. I'm your Uncle E. Okay? But you got to have an open mind. You have to have an open spirit to be willing to embrace the wisdom that I'm going to be sharing with you. I don't force myself on anyone. I'm not here for that. I've lived a long, fruitful life. So I don't force myself on people. Never have, never will. But I'm available if you are. Okay, mis amigos. Hasta la próxima semana. Paz. Adios. I appreciate you. I really, really appreciate you, okay? So, this is Uncle E sharing my wisdom podcast with Uncle E. I'm out until next week. May God bless you. Have a great week. Keep me in your daily prayers as I will do the same. Okay, Millennials and Gen Z, I'll holler at you next week. I'm out. Peace.